Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, welcome to the Oma Arizona channel. Today, we are going to be talking about healthcare, and I'm going to be summarizing what has happened to me through the year 2025. It's going to be going through the bills, giving the president and anybody else who cares about healthcare an opportunity to think about what healthcare will be, how it will work out. So we want to make that incredible curve and feedback. I know that most of you citizens don't give feedback. You just think the healthcare system is just going to remain the same. Things are not going to change. But let me tell you, things are about to change, especially with the help of AI. So if we as individuals speak to the government directly, tell them what we want, things are going to change. Obviously, there's many things that are wrong with the system, and that is something that we're going to have a discussion on. And I'm going to make sure I get to the point quickly. So today we'll discuss a bill that's coming from Kaiser Permanente, and what they have done is give me an opportunity to review them. I'm not a first-time customer. I've been there many times, and same thing keeps happening with the healthcare.gov, which is Obamacare, which is, now it was a good start. We never had any healthcare before that, and a system was created where insurers can come in, subsidies is already there, and there's this kind of price matching where you input your data. If you fall too low, they tell you to go to the whatever welfare system and all of that. As a man, I don't like that. If I can't afford my health care, then I'm not going to have it. It doesn't matter to me. That's just my attitude. That's always I've ever been. That's always, I will always be, I'll pay for my stuff. I'm not getting any government help. Even if I have to put some numbers in there. They say you have to make more than 35 grand or whatever. The problem is that they're not listening to people. I'm a professional truck driver, okay? And my income fluctuates. In a week I might make 3 grand, and that 3 grand, most of it could go to gas expenses. And you have these people who lease you the truck. They take the truck payment, you take insurance payment. Before you're done, you made 3 grand in a week, but you made 500 when all expenses are paid. And then the next week you don't know what you will make, because it's by load. They pay you by a mile. So next week I'm in the hole. Instead of making 500, I'm negative 2,000. I know this doesn't even make sense at all for most of you. How can you work and then be negative 2,000 with trucks and with gas, and then next week I make it up again? It's not that I'm not making money. It's just that I'm in a system where certain people have decided I am not going to get a chance to save. I am not going to get a chance to afford my health care. So let's get into it. On this year, I was billed $1,000, 226, as you can see on my blog. And it started out with nightmare. I went to Kaiser Permanente and I put in the information. And when I did put the information, it was a nightmare right away. They selected a doctor for me. I don't know that doctor. I don't know who he automatic selected. Okay, who's the history of that doctor? Okay, I need to find my own doctor. Horrible. No doctor is available. Everybody's booked. Everybody is overworked. Literally. I'm calling. I call the customer service. Okay, I canceled my appointment. Okay, why did you cancel? We assigned you someone. And then finally I found out what the problem was. They just selected me to any doctor. I just went. And when I got there, I found out why. Kaiser Permanente, they have this big, tall buildings, like an office. They got everything square. Doctors are overworked. You're not just a number. You're coming in, you get harassed. Did you get your shot? Did you get your shot? You need your shot. Blah, blah, blah. They're trying to process me as quick as possible. I said, I don't want any shots. First of all, I'm defenseless. I came here, I waited for my appointment, and here I am, being rushed. But anyway, I wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. Here I am waiting for the whole year, paid with my own money. I have my own health care. I tried to choose my doctor, but the system runs on profit. Doctors are overworked, underpaid. So are nurses. There is something called cost of running a business, like a triangle. You have the investors who need to make their money. You have the people who are hired at the board, the CEOs, and you have the cost of hospitals. So there's a lot of burden coming in from this side, and then you are caught in the middle because they have to now charge you and process as many patients as they can and then get back to that big triangle in terms of, over here. So by the time you come over here, it's a big problem. So it's not that I'm blaming Kaiser. They're trying to make money. They are processing me as fast as possible. And it's not a big deal. It happens all the time. I wanted to get out of there. You as an American do the same thing. So let's not complain too much because we've let these companies run wild for a long time. Anyway, I want to go through the bills that I said. Office visit. That took 20 minutes. I was charged $784. And for $464 paid by my money and the insurance. We came together, and then I still have $310 for a visit that was just sick people, horrible experience. You just want to get out of it. You hope you don't get sick. And then they said, "Oh, there's something wrong with your heart." Really? Yeah. I'll book you an appointment. So I went, they checked my heart. $994. There was nothing wrong with my heart. It was elevated, but anyway. It's not even that complicated to just go through this bill. It's so simple that it's just only. And then I went to my eye doctor. What a story that is. What a story. The eye doctor charged me $285 and I paid $71 up front, and I still owe $173. And at the end of the day, and she gave me prescriptions. So, ladies and gentlemen, the healthcare system is run by for-profit companies. There are venture capitalists who've bought ambulances. There are people who run the hospital. They're here to make money. I remember getting a kidney stone. I was in so much pain. Instead of going to the hospital, I was thinking about, wait a minute. I am not taking an ambulance. If I die, I'm going to die in a cab. Can you believe that? That's what America has come to. Anyway, and when I went to the hospital, so there's nothing we can do. Just drink some water. I drank some water, and then they said it's going to clear out. It did clear out. And you know what they sent me? A huge bill. Boom! A few $1,000s. I went to Google. I said, wait a minute. People, this hospital is a ripoff. I don't have anywhere to go. So this is what happens. They just gave me a bunch of water. And I peed my kidney stones out. Don't eat steak with stones. They're a bunch of liars. Be careful. Choose another hospital. And I have a lot of views on Google Views. All of a sudden they send me a letter. Oh, you know what? We made a mistake in the billing. We made a mistake in the billing. So your price has been adjusted. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Would you mind taking the... I said, of course, I'm going to take it down. Just give me my stuff. Don't put me in medical debt. We'll cut a deal. The point being, we are homeless. We don't have even a space and a place. I'm even talking to you from a corporation called YouTube. If they spend a lot of money, my stuff is not going to go viral. So we are like locked up. We have a problem. And I'm going to talk about that problem. I talked about my Kaiser. I remember almost going blind because it was Ramadan, And if you're wondering what this art is, it's just an AI that I'm building. It's absolutely incredible. It celebrates the birth of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It's an AI I'm going to be building. If you're just curious of what is that? What is that? What is he behind? Anyway, I want to keep it under 10 minutes. This is my first video, and we're going to end it here. So video 2, I will go into really the problem of the healthcare system and what we need to do about fixing it. End of video 1. We'll come back, and I really want to go into detail what the problem is with the healthcare marketplace, and with how AI can be introduced, something new, something Trump can look at, hear, and participate, and listen to the citizens. End of video. Thank you for listening. Wait for video number 2.